Just before we dive into the video, I want to let you guys know we have an awesome giveaway running right now with the guys over at Gamerchic for everything you see on screen. If you want to get involved, be sure to click that link in the description box down below. And if you want to save some money on buying Iceborne in the UK, then you can go over to their website and use the code Arekkz Gaming, which makes it one of the cheapest places to buy right now. Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Borderlands 3, and we're back with another build guide, another one for Moze this time, but this one allows you to kick out some insane damage in what is effectively a big one-shot damage build. It allows you to do things, crazy things, like this. If you guys caught our last build, you'll know that of course the last Moze build guide was all about grenades, grenade spam, huge explosive damage, and also the ability to kind of stay alive almost indefinitely thanks to the healing you got from the grenades. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it down below. But today's build is all about stacking damage into one incredibly powerful shot that can, for the most part, one-shot everything that stands in your way, even in Mayhem 3. So if you guys do like this, you do like the sound of it, then here's what you need to know. First things first, this is again, much like you've seen from the gameplay, a Moze focused build. It's not really about her mech. The kind of unfortunate thing about the mech, and this is something that I also kind of experienced with, say, Flak and some of his pets and abilities, is that these kind of additional components don't really scale too well endgame. So we had a really good, powerful mech build that was really fun to use and does dish out insane damage, but then when you crank it up to Mayhem 3, it just doesn't really match the damage output you can do with your own personal gun build. So ultimately, for those of you guys that care about farming endgame, care about going into Mayhem 3, this is really what you're going to want to do. So, starting off in the Shield of Retribution tree, you're going to want Armoured Infantry maxed out. For this one, while Moze's shields are active, she gains damage reduction and increased gun damage. You then want to max out Vladof Ingenuity, where Moze's maximum shield is increased and she gains resistance to shock damage. We do also have a point in Thin Red Line. This is actually part of a class mod, but of course this one point makes it so that a portion of Moze's health is reserved and cannot be restored, but her maximum shield is increased by the same amount. But as you'll see, thanks to the relic, the health isn't really going to be a thing. I mean, we're basically going to be spending the whole time on 1 HP. You then want to max out Drowning in Brass, which is a kill skill, and killing an enemy grants Moze a stack of Drowning in Brass, and for each of these stacks, Moze's fire rate is reduced, but her gun damage is increased, and since fire rate isn't really going to be an issue in this build, that's completely fine. Moving on from there, you then want to put a couple of points in Desperate Measures. We have 3 here because, again, the class mod actually gives us an additional point. But for this one, Moze's gun damage is increased depending on how low her health is. And as you'll see from the gameplay, since we're spending the entire time on 1 HP, this is pretty potent. Following on from there, you want to max out Behind the Iron Curtain, where Moze's shield recharge delay is reduced and her shield recharge rate is increased. And finally, we also put 2 points in Phalanx Doctrine because the class mod gives a bonus 3. It's a very good class mod, so that's definitely going to be kind of important for this build. But this is a kill skill as well. After killing an enemy, Moze gains a stack, and for every one of these stacks, Moze's maximum shield and gun damage are increased, and each stack lasts 30 seconds, and there is no stack limit. So that's as far as you go down Shield of Retribution. What you then want to do is jump over to Demolition Woman, and you want to put 5 points in Fire in the Skag Den, where whenever Moze deals splash damage, she deals bonus incendiary damage. You want to max out Tall Cross Promotion, where all splash damage dealt by Moze has a chance to double in size. You also want maxed out Means of Destruction, where whenever Moze deals splash damage, there is a chance to add ammo to her currently equipped weapons magazine, and with a smaller chance to return a grenade. Additionally, you want Pull the Holy Pin maxed out, where Moze's grenades have a chance to score a critical hit, which deals greatly increased damage, and source of critical hit damage do not affect grenade critical hits. Additionally, you want Vampire, where whenever Moze damages an enemy with a thrown grenade, for every hit, she restores a portion of her missing health. And you then want Why Can't I Carry All These Grenades, which increases Moze's grenade carrying capacity. You're then going to unlock To the Last, where Moze gains the ability to throw grenades while in her Fight for Your Life status, and if she throws a grenade before gaining Second Wind, the grenade is refunded. And finally, you're going to want your capstone skill, Short Fuse, where whenever Moze deals gun damage, there is a chance of a secondary explosion centered on the target. Now, as mentioned, this is also gear dependent, so the best weapon you want to use for this is the Cocky Flacker, which has a huge splash damage radius, a ton of damage. It consumes 5 ammo per shot, so technically speaking, if you want to be picky, then this is like a 5-shot build because each shot is 5 shots, but as you'll see, with every pull of the trigger, things are going to die. On top of that, you're also going to want the improved rerouter shield, because when fully charged, the next shot drains 50% of your shield to deal bonus 120% amp damage and return that as health. So that gives you a nice damage boost on first shot, and given that you have a huge shield in this, then that's completely fine. Additionally, the class mod, as mentioned, this is a really good one, some very nice skills on this, but on top of that, it also makes it so that if Moze would be healed, she instead gains shield, and if she would regenerate health, she also gains shield regeneration. So you basically spend the entirety of this build on 1 HP with a huge, ridiculously huge shield. For grenades, you're also going to want something that is kind of continuous attacks, so the Stormfront is great because it kind of keeps ticking over, keeps attacking those enemies, keeps proccing those crits. And then the thing that actually gives us that 1 HP is the Relic, the Ice Spiker Deathless, where it reserves all but 1 health, but it gives you a plus 100% shield capacity, plus 25% shield recharge rate, and minus 20% shield recharge delay. So this is what kind of pushes us down to that 1 HP, but this combined with everything else is essentially how we can have a shield that is about 25,000. So it kind of doesn't really matter that you have no health, because you're going to be recharging your shield all the time, and I mean, that's basically just like a hefty health bar regardless. So to kind of round it all out, you have less health, more damage due to desperate measures. The stacks of Phalanx Doctrine increase your gun damage. The stacks from Drowning in Brass further increase your damage. Vampire will regen your shields when paired with the class mod. Crit nades will also proc your shield regen. And the Amp shield does 120% more gun damage when the shield is full. Flacker is of course your gun of choice, so you run into a crowd, fire this out, and just watch as everything dies. I will of course say the one slight weakness to this is that when it comes to boss damage, of course you're not going to be one-shotting a boss. Sometimes it might take you a little bit longer on that one, but for basically anything else that stands in your way, this is, largely speaking, going to one-shot pretty much all enemies. So, give it a shot, a lot of fun. Yes, as mentioned, this one is a little bit more gear dependent. Some of the other builds we've done are kind of a lot more free for like gun choice and things like that. So, if you don't have these, then by all means check out, say, the other Moze build, which is, you know, largely speaking, open to whatever gear you want. But if you do happen to have these, give this a try. It's a lot of fun, and as you can see, it kicks out tons of damage. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.